Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me today. I am so happy you are here. Today we're going to give you an update on the Britney Dawn situation, about the dog and everything that's happened and how she's gone silent. We're going to take a look at a Reddit thread and we're going to take a look at this video, The Truth. They did this series about cancellation culture, about how they're getting canceled. But what they fail to tell you is that they're a bunch of assholes and they deserve it. So let's talk about it. So we last did our video on Britney Dawn about how she got rid of a dog, didn't tell anybody, and didn't do it responsibly, and did it through Craigslist, but lied to everybody and said she did it through another agency, and then they came out and said no, she didn't, and she's just disgusting. She's gone through so many dogs. She goes through animals. She's basically an animal abuser, in my opinion. I don't care. I'm not trying to mince words. People who are influencers who can go through pets like this, they're psychopaths. I said it in my last video, like my dog Gus here. Dogs and cats and animals that you adopt into your family are family. Okay? Like, if you're going to have a dog and treat them and leave them outside or ignore them, what's the point? Okay? Like, I am a through and through animal lover. Okay? Like, I know some people be like, but you eat meat. That's different. Okay? But all that to say is that animals are especially if you have empathy and you are a person who has a soul and you're not psychopathic, animals are we don't deserve them. They're amazing. Okay, and you're supposed to treat them with respect and love because they don't have anybody to protect them. You are their protector, like your children. I'm not saying they are akin to children, but some people would say that they are. Okay, they're family at very minimum. Okay, and what she does is she goes through them, and we talked about this. It's just disgusting. And what she talked about was, let me see if I have the video here. Jeez, the sub is blown up since the Nico situation. You know what I find kind of not funny but funny? But people can get away with exploiting children and being a bunch of douchebags. But as soon as you mess with animals, for some reason, it's over. And it should be, I get that. But I'd like to see the same outrage, and sometimes we do, with people who exploit children. So this is Britney Dawn's video addressing the Nico situation. This is what she said.
On about where Nico is. Nico is in training right now. He is with Bevel Dog Behavior. He is going... I don't know how much longer he's going to be. He's been there for quite some time, though. I miss him so much. It's been very difficult to not have him. So he is in training. He's in great hands. When he comes back, there's a whole story there.
Fix your damn makeup. Okay, your face is yellow and your body is like Skeletor. Went to Mexico and sat on the beach with just sunscreen on his face.
Guys, whole story about me and him and some things.
Him and I.
Happened and what nothing bad, so don't assume that, but just
listen to that.
We just so we weren't clicking for some reason. He is
extremely
hyper. I have anxiety, and we just
a puppy is hyper? Oh my gosh, it's almost like you should know that before you get a dog, butthole.
Personalities were completely clashing, and so Bevel Dog Behavior is working with him. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to see it.
So that's what she basically just lied to you guys. So she's got her dog. Who gets a dog and then literally just puts them in training for months at a time, right? That's someone who shouldn't have a dog, first of all. You can hire a trainer to come to your house and do that kind of stuff. But if you just here, take this dog and train them, you don't deserve dogs. Okay? Get wrecked. You dumbass. Everybody hates you. Also, eat a donut. So... that is kind of the update. That's what I should post last time because I actually just found that after I posted my last video. But this is basically what she's been doing since this news dropped. So it dropped when she's on her vacation because all these people do is vacay. They vacay. They're like, my life is so hard. All I do is vacation. So here's what gets me about influencer culture, okay? Oftentimes they'll tell you how hard their life is, but their life is hard because a lot of times they're buttholes. And their life can be hard because people will comment on threads like this. Which, by the way, I gotta say this. There are many Reddit threads that are snark threads that are being deleted right now. And Maya Knight is one of the ones that had some of the biggest Reddit threads. She's getting deleted. There's a person out there who's teaching them how to do this. They're using DCMA strikes on Reddit. And Reddit's not really checking, right? So... if you want your Reddit thread deleted, I think how Trisha Paytas has done it. You go in and find people that are posting your content on Reddit without your permission, and you can file DCMA strikes through a lawyer. And Reddit will delete them. Okay, so all these people are catching on to this, and you're probably not going to see a lot of snark threads on here. But if you are running a snark thread, and I run a couple snark threads, one against 8 passengers, one against Doherty Dozen, one against Fathering Autism. I don't really care if mine get deleted, whatever. I have this channel. I just post them. I post those ones there because the other people kick me out of their subs because they're a bunch of buttholes. But I don't care if mine go, but if you want to protect your subs, and these, even for those people who hate me on those other subs, if you want to protect your sub and keep it going, you need to not post content that's copyrighted or change it to a degree. But I don't even think Reddit cares. So beware all the snark forums out there on Reddit. They're coming for you because there's a person likely that they're paying to help them get these DCMA strikes happening. So My Knight got hers removed completely. Trisha Paytas removed completely. There was another girl that hired a forensics investigator that found every single person in her hate thread and like was doxing them and stuff like that. Okay, you can hire a digital forensics investigator to go into Reddit, and they can, if they're good, it's expensive because I looked into, it's like $4,500 to start and then like $500 a month. So yeah, just beware. You think that you're anonymous on Reddit snarking? You're not anonymous on Reddit snarking, just so you're aware. Anybody can pay an exorbitant amount of money to find, like, I don't care. Like, my snarkers are hilarious. But, like, I'm telling you, you're not anonymous. If you're on here thinking that you are, be careful with what you say because they're starting to fight back now. Just take that with a grain of salt. Don't post the content that's copyright strikes specifically on YouTube if you can help it. I don't know. That's just my advice. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you're going to see these gone because they will do it. They'll pay the money and they'll get it done. Anyway, since the whole Nico thing dropped, this is what she's been doing. She's been on a ski trip with a bunch of weird looking disgustoids. Like, just laughing. I'm a dog abuser. All they do is take pictures of their mouths wide open laughing like nothing's affecting them. And this is the thing about influencer culture that really bugs me, right? They're lying to you. They all lie to you about the reality of their lives. They're all unhappy and disgusting. Their husbands basically all hate them because imagine living with a narcissist. And that's what you have to be if you're showing your entire ass on the internet 24 hours a day. You have to be a narcissist. You have to be. And narcissists are very lonely people because nobody wants to be around them. Do you understand that? Hands up if you grew up with a narcissist, right? People accuse me of being a narcissist. I'm not a narcissist, okay? I have a lot of self-reflection. I understand it. Like, I mean, I guess I have some narcissistic tendencies like everybody, but these are full-blown narcissists, okay? You have no shame about anything. And they'll show you everything about it, and they want accolades, they want likes, they want subscribers. They don't do this. Can people just enjoy their coffee in peace with a bunch of freaking basic biatches sitting there with their Starbucks waters? And with their gross hats. Even if Brittany Dawn is even feeling comfortable in your presence, you got problems. You're losers, okay? Because Brittany's like, even Brittany's cringing at this. And that's crazy, okay? Because she reads the Bible with Lululemons and her boobs out, all right? So this is what she's been posting, pictures like this. Like, how much blush do you have on there, girl? Like, you need to relax, okay? You look like you're going to swallow an entire orange with one bite. You're gross. There is so much. It looks like you went to, like, New York City and asked, like, a guy who was tagging a wall to spray paint your face. And that's what he came up with. You look ridiculous, just so you're aware. All of you look ridiculous with these fake spider eyelashes. Can you stop? It looks like you literally got into the slapping competition. You look like you just entered and you lost. So can you stop with the blush? Okay? You look like Santa's butt. You look like Santa's ass cheeks, okay? So they're just living it up out there partying. Like, who has the money to buy this that you're going to wear it once because you think you're cool? Okay, this is her husband. What a loser. Okay, this guy shot a dog in the middle of a street. Didn't even take it into the backyard, nothing. Just brought a gun out, shot a dog in the middle of the street. Like, let's talk about how dangerous that is, first of all, discharging a firearm in, like, the middle of a street in a neighborhood. Probably should have been arrested for that, but he probably got cop buddies, right? He's an ex-cop for a reason. Like, so they're going through it right now, but instead of, like, dealing with and just coming out and saying what you need to say, because she's got to figure it out. This is what they're doing. They're literally posting their ass in skin-tight pants on a hill with dumb hats. They look stupid, and you are stupid. Imagine this is your life. Spare me. You're disgusting. Okay, so this is what she's doing. Anyway, all I had to say, she's obviously not talking about it. Not yet. She hasn't come up with the video. I'm sure she will. She'll tell you all about the story and how she'll lie about it and she'll get called out. She doesn't care. Okay, at this point, she doesn't care. They talk about cancellation culture. This is the second video of a 2-part series. I didn't watch the first one, but someone said I should watch this one and we'll break it down about how they're such victims. They're just victims. Look, you're not a victim. Okay? If someone is maliciously lying about you, then maybe I consider you a victim. Okay? But all people are doing is giving their opinion on the stuff that you put on the internet. All these influencers out there who get so upset about people commenting about them, what you fail to realize, but they don't. What you fail to realize is that this is the life that you chose. You are putting your content out into the world. People are going to have an opinion on it. That's how you get paid. So it's a good opinion or it's a bad opinion. Either way, you get paid. But these people will always play the victim. But don't forget, she was sued by the state of Texas and lost, and was sued by a bunch of ex-people because she ripped them off in her fitness grift. Then she became a Christian grifter and has like events and shit like that. And she'll likely get sued for that to some degree because she probably all she knows is how to grift. She's never going to work a real job because she doesn't know how to. What she'll just do is rip people off. That's all she'll do. I cannot believe people like this still have fans. Who are you out there who watch this garbage? You know what it is? It's these single moms and you know what it is? It's these women who are Christian, who are sheltered inside their church, or they're stay-at-home moms who are church moms, and they go because they think that they're getting fed spiritually through this garbage. This woman knows nothing about theology. Okay? Nothing. You need to stop following heretics because that's going to lead you down a dark path of destruction. The Bible talks about it very clearly. This woman, if she claims to be a teacher of the Bible, is going to have a lot to answer for if she honestly believes what she's saying. Because she's a damned liar and she's a hypocrite. And she's talking about how she doesn't want to, someone posted a video on her Reddit thread. I think I want to find it because it was hilarious. So this is what they posted. This is actually such hilarious irony and hypocrisy. But look at this video.
How you dress at the gym. Well, I haven't had the same convictions at the gym yet as some people have. I've also come a long way. The things that I used to wear when
I don't have the same convictions, right? You don't just get to pick and choose the convictions that you have. You dumbass. I don't have the same convictions. Okay, so if someone doesn't have the same convictions about other sins, is that okay? Like, how do you so what she's trying to do is justify her sinning behavior, right? She doesn't want to give up certain things. She still wants to be a thirst trap. And she's like, I haven't been convicted of that yet. So it must mean that I'm okay for that. I'm okay to sin for that. You're not, because I haven't been convicted of it yet. Hear the theology in that, okay? That's actually crazy. It's God hasn't told me this is a sin yet, so I'm good to go. You're not. Because she'll throw people under the bus for dressing like thoughts and hookers at the gym while dressing like a thought and a hooker at the gym, but saying, well, no, it's different for me. Jesus' blood covers me.
Worked out, I would never wear those now. I just wouldn't do that because I wouldn't feel like I'm glorifying the Lord. Will I wear leggings? Absolutely. But if I'm wearing leggings, I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Can I tell you this? Let me just tell you this. You can't just be like, well, will I wear leggings? Yes. That's not modest. Okay, if I can tell your religion through your pants, it's not modest. Leggings are not modest. It's basically you're naked. Okay, leggings, and let's be real, they look great on you. Lululemons. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying don't say something stupid like this and then say, I want to be modest and glorifying for the Lord. And then the next sentence say, do I wear skin tight leggings where you can see my camel toe? Yes, but you can't do that. Okay, it's one or the other. Can't be a thought for Jesus. It doesn't work. Understand?
T-shirt or something else, not just a sports bra.
And then they just post her wearing skin tight leggings and a sports bra. And the music is perfect. Thought for the Lord. Sorry. Thirst trapping for Jesus. Here we go. Even just the angles and the things like the poses, you cannot claim to be a follower of Jesus and do anything like this. Okay? You can't do it. It is impossible. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's the patriarchy, blah, blah. Okay, it's her conviction she's telling you about. She's saying, I don't want to be a thought for the Lord. I want to be modest and cover up and look normal, and I don't want men staring at my vagine. Okay, sorry, you're not following your own convictions. If she didn't say any of that, then I wouldn't say anything. The problem is like Taylor Swift and her jets. The reason I make fun of Taylor Swift and her jets and not Elon Musk is because Elon Musk isn't out there telling everybody about don't pollute the world. Taylor Swift is. She's the one standing on those values and yet flying to 7-Eleven for a Slurpee. Okay? Sorry, you can't say the thing and then not be the thing. Especially if you're a Christian, that makes it worse. You're not even showing your face, you're just showing your cleavage. Jesus is in this picture with me, right? You see right behind me? See that? Even with the tights are not modest. You can't, I'm sorry. If you are claiming modesty, you can't wear tights. I mean, if you're not claiming modesty, wear all the tights you want. They look great on you, okay? Lululemons especially. But you cannot sit here and say, you know, I love the Lord, and then again, show me your labia. Doesn't work that way. That would be that's modesty-ish. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. So let's get to this video quickly. We'll talk about how they're such victims. They're victims. I'm so sorry for you, Brittany Dawn. You know what? Stop with the eyelashes. Okay, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You look like you sweep a floor with those bad boys. Okay, you need to. I have a little vacuum that vacuums in my upstairs, and it has these little things that go. That's what it looks like. Okay.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to.
Welcome.
This is part 2 of the cancel culture series.
I'm modest, but not modest.
We've encountered a lot of spiritual warfare leading up.
So whenever, because obviously I'm an ex-pastor, I understand this world works. When you say the word spiritual warfare, it just basically to her, it just means people don't like her. That's her spiritual warfare. People don't like me, it's got to be the devil. It's probably you. Ever considered it's you, not the devil? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
To this, leading up to just the series in general. Cameras messing up, things not being recorded when we thought they were being recorded.
Oh, okay. User error is the devil. I mean, I'd like to blame the devil for all. I've done videos before where I didn't press record. Oh my gosh. You want to see me get mad? That's me getting mad. I'm like, I can't believe that happened. I just walk away. Just walk away. Take an hour. Take a breath. Not even worth it. Because my first reaction is always my best. Always my best. That's why I blind react. So when I have to redo a video, it's never as good. It's always balls. And you can probably tell. Anyway, all that to say, it was the devil for sure who did that. Who doesn't want you putting out your shitty content. I mean, if it helps the devil, he wants it out there. And this helps the devil, so he wants it out there. So don't blame the devil. Maybe it's God. You ever get a consideration that God is the one that doesn't want you to put this out there and maybe he doesn't want it to record? No? Okay, just checking.
Everything that could possibly go wrong from a technical perspective on my end has been going wrong.
It's just you being a dumbass. User error, okay? Charge your batteries.
And I know it's not the Lord because I very, very, very much so know that.
You know how I know it's the Lord probably stopping you? Because you do this shit, okay? I know it's not the Lord because the Lord would never. Why would the Lord never? You have a terrible heretical message. Nice pause screen. The Lord would. Okay, God's like, okay, you don't even go here. Like, I understand. Okay, if she honestly believes in her heart that Jesus is real and believes that, she'll go to heaven. Okay, I believe that. I honestly believe that. But she's going to have a lot to answer for. She claims to be a teacher while giving heretical messages on the internet. Okay, a lot to answer for. You don't want that kind of judgment. I promise you. Okay, and she brings it on herself. And they live this, you know what? You know that they have the most secrets and most skeletons. These people, it's the ones who claim the most holiness are the least holy. That's what I've noticed in my time as a pastor, the time as a Christian. It's those ones who really stand up and really claim that they're holy. They are absolutely the worst, okay?
The Lord released me to do this series. So it's...
Oh, the Lord told me to do it.
The enemy.
Okay, Melina Siciani.
Working overtime. And so I want to start with...
Okay, so here's her logic. And this is like the old school Christianity weird logic, okay? The devil's working overtime because I'm doing good things for the Lord. You got sued for ripping people off and didn't take any responsibility for it. Do you think that a little bit of humility would have been called for in that? You were convicted and you were guilty of it by the court of law. And you had no pause to say, okay, you know what, guys? I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm having a little humility. This is what God wants for his children. To stand up and say, I did it. I'm wrong. I apologize. I ask forgiveness. Move on. Didn't do any of that. This woman is so prideful. You can, again, it's really, really, really hard to be a trusting, true Christian if you are a freaking grifterati douchebag like this. Okay, it's almost impossible. Okay, you didn't take any responsibility even though you were completely guilty of the thing. So if you can't stand there on your morals and values as a Christian and say, I'm wrong, ever, never once, you have zero credibility when it comes to talking about the Bible.
Prayer to help me through this, to help us through this, because again,
he doesn't believe any word that's coming out of her mouth. This guy doesn't believe a damned word.
These are just really hard conversations to have. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank
Oh my God.
you for...
Don't pray on camera, okay? That's another grift. This is all performative. You're not supposed to do this. This is performative. Performative prayer is like, damn, don't do that. So Jesus teaching on prayer. Jesus taught, when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners and on YouTube to be seen by men. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Did she read that part? She prays on YouTube as it's performative. The Bible speaks against what she's doing right now. She clearly doesn't know shit.
This day, God, thank you for the opportunity to finally speak the truth.
Are you literally going to sit there on YouTube, performatively pray by telling people, thanks for the truth coming out, and you're about to lie? So you can't make this up, girl. I'm surprised lightning did not strike your hair extensions at this moment. Are you serious?
Thank you for the opportunity to share my side of things.
Clutching pearls.
I pray that you would just give me the courage to speak.
You can do this offline. You didn't have to turn the camera on and pray. This is bullshit.
Boldly, God, that no weapon formed against us shall prosper in the name of Jesus, and I pray that this message would somehow, some way speak.
This is again what Christians use to protect their grift, to protect their sin, to not project, to come across. They think that their weapons are being formed against them, and they're like, well, and Jesus said, no weapon formed against you will prosper. But this is the weapon that you form against yourself. You're a liar. You dug this grave. You have to literally be buried in it. Like, I could understand if you were truly a Christian and you were truly doing big things for the Lord, then yeah, no weapon formed against you will prosper. But this is your doing. Just so you're aware. You're the one who killed dogs. You're the one who abuses animals. You're the one who abandons people. You're the one who grifts and steals. You're the one who lies. You're the one who fakes. You're the one who's performative about your body, and then you show the world your tits. Okay, I'm sorry. You formed the weapon against you. So that scripture doesn't work for you either.
To anyone that's listening. I pray for everyone that's listening, and I pray that you would get the glory in all of this. In your holy and precious.
To God be the glory. And my fake eyelash. Is this crooked? This is crooked. Let's just do that. So I think it goes like, let's go straight. How's that? A little better? A little better. Oh, it's not straight.
Just name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, we got married. Everything went smoothly.
Weren't they both divorced too? That's kind of a sin.
For the most part, our honeymoon felt like absolute.
I mean, unless she got divorced because she was in a abusive relationship, then that's not a sin. But if they're just like divorcing because they were like, I don't like it her anymore, I'm leaving.
Bliss, which every honeymoon should feel like that.
And again, here's me in a bikini. I'm modest.
At its first moments as husband and wife, and I'll let you take over, babe.
We were on our honeymoon for a week, and we got home. And about a month before, when Brittany and I first started dating, I was in medical device sales here in DFW. And about a month before...
Get a better microphone, okay? This literally sounds like you're by Niagara Falls.
We got married. I had a recruiter reach out, and I ended up accepting a new job with a company and to be a representative here in DFW.
Is this important to the topic of cancellation? Is it?
Everything was great. Really, really loved the new boss I had for that company. To this day, good Christian man. Really respected him and looked up to him, and everything was great. We got married, went on our honeymoon, and the day after we got back was my first technical day in the field.
Imagine getting a new job and be like, okay, I'm piecing out for 2 weeks. Maybe just wait till you get back.
9 a.m. in the morning.
9 a.m. in the morning. We know what AM means, okay? And to Meridian or something like that.
I received a call about hopping on an immediate HR call. Without
not good.
Without being able to tell my side of the story or share any of the details or even put them in contact with anyone that was involved in the situation, I was ceremoniously fired from my job. I was able to get enough information out of them. My previous time as a police officer, I'm sure definitely all of the trolls online know about it. But if you're not here, If you haven't been here for a while and you don't know, when I was a police officer in 2013, I made an arrest of a gentleman trying to break into a little old lady's house. And
little old lady.
He was high on drugs, didn't listen to the verbal commands that I gave him. He was taken into custody in a way that we were taught in the academy.
She's like, shot him in the street because he, you know.
He followed standard protocol.
Yep.
Yeah. So if he followed standard protocol, her eyelashes are so heavy she can't even blink properly. So he's talking about standard protocol, right? Dash cam video shows former KCPD officer throw man down face first on the concrete. Is that standard operating procedure? Throwing a person face first into the concrete? Well, if that's the case, then you probably should have been safe, right? Okay. Video shows former KCPD officer Jordan Nelson throw a man, Joshua Bills, down face first on the concrete, December 2013. A lawsuit filed in federal court by ACLU of Missouri on behalf of Bills names former KCPD officer as the defendant. Following video contains graphic content, trigger warning. Here we go. So I've shown this before. So watch. The guy wasn't complying. Looks fine here. He's complying completely. Oh my gosh, we've seen it. Okay, so look what he just said. Okay, let's rewind this.
I know about it, but if you're not here, if you haven't been here for a while and you don't know, when I was a police officer in 2013, I made an arrest of a gentleman trying to break into a little old lady's house, and he was high on drugs. Didn't listen to the verbal commands.
His hands are out.
Taken into custody in a way that we were taught in the academy.
You followed standard protocol.
Yep. And
oh my gosh!
The police department and
so I want you to just hear what he just said there and what she just backed him up. We showed you video while he was talking, and he's lying. Right after they prayed to the Lord to tell the truth. Thanks for letting us tell our truth. We were watching a video where the man's hands were out. He was listening to commands. He came up, tripped a guy, and smashed his face into the ground. And he's like, oh, it was standard procedure. The guy was complying. He wasn't running. He wasn't swearing. He wasn't throwing up his hands. He wasn't doing anything. He was ready to be arrested. And you smashed his face into the ground. The same guy that shot a dog in the middle of the street. You guys gonna believe anything they say? She abandons dogs. She abandons horses. She rips people, like, I don't know what else to say. They rip people off. That's all they do. And you're going to sit here and be like, okay, let's hear what you have to say. What a damn liar. And the thing that makes me so mad is the hypocrisy about praying about telling the truth while lying. You cannot make it up.
We had no issue with it, but after the
the city had no issue with it, eh?
Filed a lawsuit against me,
and rightfully so, because he was listening to your verbal commands and you smashed his face into the ground.
After I had left the police department, that's another thing that the trolls on the internet just love to
trolls
throw up.
I'm pretty sure I did this video already, so I'm just doing it again.
I wasn't fired. I left in 2016. I wasn't sued until 2018. If anyone doesn't believe.
Okay, that's all better then. Okay, get it right, trolls. He wasn't sued till later. Okay, it doesn't make it any better, butthole. Are you serious? You're an aggressive, disgusting piece of garbage, and you were sued. And why did you leave the police department? Like, he's not telling you the truth. As soon as he lied to you and we proved it with the receipt of him doing the thing, you cannot listen to anything he says. He's a liar. He has zero credibility.
Believe that. It's all public record, public information. Go check it out.
Or you could just show it to us here. Prove your innocence.
My favorite thing that they say. It just goes to show
that's their favorite thing
of how much these people do not know, how much information they have wrong.
Like how you have everything wrong with the Bible. Okay, just goes to show.
And backwards and twisted. Yeah, sorry, I just needed to interject that.
No.
Thanks, Teeth. Appreciate it.
Was able to glean enough information out of the HR department that it was, in fact, that someone had made them aware of my situation.
Don't call it a situation. Someone had made them aware that you smashed a dude's face against the ground when you didn't need to. That's what they're making them aware that you're about to hire this guy who's clearly a violent offender. He's clearly violent. He shot a dog. He carries weapons probably. He's a cop who is no self-control. He married a grifter. He is a grifter. You should be aware. If you don't know that when you're hiring somebody, that's on you. And when you found out, they did the right thing. They fired this guy that could potentially cause them a lot of problems.
My lawsuit, which was civil, definitely not criminal.
Okay, that's cool. The taxpayers paid for it then. Not on you. Because he's not responsible for it. That's the taxpayer. So not only, again, the state of Texas sued them, he also is like, oh, I got a lawsuit. Cops, here's the thing. I love police and I think they should be in our neighborhoods and I love them. I'm not a defunder at all. But to some degree, man, cops, when they act out, they act with impunity because they don't get sued. The taxpayer does. And I think that sucks. Okay, there are a lot of amazing, great cops out there for sure, but there are some bad apples, and that really sucks. Let's be real. He's the bad apple.
Just because there are lots and lots of trolls out there, I'm not going to share what I do.
Why are they trolls? It's because they're telling the truth. Okay.
Now for work, but whoever called my HR department for my previous company, I want to say thank you because you gave
Here comes. Thanks.
Brittany and I the biggest blessing you could have ever given us.
What? Unemployment? Okay.
The Lord truly was an example.
So are you saying the Lord, here's what you're hearing. Okay, eyelashes over here, and then they're saying, thank you for this true blessing. Because you did this, God has rewarded us. Because I physically assaulted a dude and smashed his face into a frozen ground, God rewarded me. Thanks, Jesus. You think God listened to this stuff? And I know God is an all-loving, unapologetically loving guy, man, Godfather, whatever you want to call him, who has, infinitely more understanding than us. But like you gotta think to yourself, if you love Jesus, that you sitting here just lying straight up like this, does that not, again, you are psychopathic if you don't think that it doesn't affect you. You're a psychopath. That's what I'm saying. You are a narcissist. You're a psychopathic narcissist. You can literally sit there and lie to the Lord, okay? Knowing the Lord knows the truth and still spout it. Crazy people, man.
What the enemy meant for evil, God turned to good. I'm so grateful.
So the evil thing was somebody calling out his evil? Right. See, this is the problem with the church. And when I went through my thing, right? And you can go listen to my 5-part series on why I became an ex-pastor. You can hear the reason I was fired. I recorded the whole conversation. But there were people who turned against me for telling the truth, right? And this is what they do. They protect their own. They think that they're without sin. And if you call them out, you're the one sinning. It is crazy. If the church just took accountability for what it did wrong, it would be in a way better place. But church often will hide those things. They will have people sign non-disclosure agreements. They'll deal with the things behind the scenes. They won't make it public. They won't tell their congregation all the things that are going on. They keep lots of things secret. And they lie a lot. If churches just didn't do that, maybe they'd be blessed instead of being torn down to shreds right now, which is the judgment of God. Just so you're aware. That's what's happening with churches right now. Hillsong, Elevation, all these big churches. My church that I came from in Waterloo, Creekside. All that shit, they're all being torn to shreds. Like there's nobody going anymore. Right? These people lie and people are waking up to it. Never in our history have people had the scales falling off their eyes in such a degree. Obviously social media is pushing that, but people aren't listening to the grift anymore. They're not like, oh, this pastor drives a freaking, G-Wagon and lives in a mansion and works one day a week. They're not having it anymore. Okay? It's slowly going away, and I love it.
Every day that you don't work in medical device sales anymore. No. Every day.
Why are your hands orange?
Passion that I have for what I'm doing, the brotherhood that I have of the guys that I work with on a daily basis.
Walking in your calling.
Such a blessing.
You're walking in your calling. Again, is your calling beating people up? That's what your calling is? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are the troll that did that, we love you. We pray for you.
No, you don't. Stop lying. Again, why? Every time, do you love the person that got you fired? Do you love them? No, you're doing this video because you hate them. And look at her face. It looks like that's like the we love you. Bless your heart. That's just a bless your heart face. Okay? The amount of lies in this one video after they prayed to tell the truth is astounding.
For you, and I just want to say I appreciate you so much making a decision.
Thanks, hater.
For me that I probably wouldn't have had the courage to step out and do on my own.
You wouldn't have the courage to quit a job that you just said you love the guy, you love the boss, you love the job, and now you're like, I wouldn't have had the courage to leave. You just said it was amazing, and you love the good Christian man. What are you saying right now? Why? It's so easy to catch your damn lies. Do you not even understand that?
With all the stuff that I'm about to share with my career, Jordan's is
career. A grift is not a career.
So secured. I don't want to stay stuck on that too long because we're also recording a podcast. It's going to be an hour long, probably a little bit more.
Why are your hands orange? It's pissing me off.
So if you want more in-depth conversation about this, go listen to that.
Zoom in on her hands, Tyson, when she talks. Look at this. Her arms are white and her hands are orange. Her paw screens are amazing. Like, were you canoodling with Trump or something? What's going on here?
Jordan gets fired from his job, biggest blessing. And then October comes around. I think it was October.
She would like to canoodle with Trump, though, I'll tell you that.
2021. It was a beautiful day. It's like 75 degrees out. So Jordan and I had to go run down to the store. We left the house for 20 minutes. We left the dogs in our very...
I think I did cover this. I think I did cover this, but let's keep covering it.
Fenced and enclosed backyard. A lot of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that. They leave their pets outside on a beautiful day with water and food and let them
You probably didn't leave it out with water and food, though, so let's be real.
be dogs instead of putting
You left a horse just hanging out at a barn for like years, so.
them in a cage. Not even 20 minutes later. 15, 20 minutes. And we pull down the road and I see what I thought
Why are you wearing a ring on like the top of your finger? That's weird.
was Brody up
Did you just eat a bag of Cheetos? Is that what's going on here? Because that happens to me too.
on the hill of our house. And I just did like a double take. Like I didn't want to... I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that's Brody. How could he gotten out? Like, it doesn't make sense. And as we drew closer to him, I realized it was him, and he was laying in the street. I immediately, that whole moment was a blur. You were still driving. You were probably going 15, 20 miles an hour. I bail out of the truck. I'm sprinting towards him, not even carrying. A car could have come around that corner and hit me, and I was so out of it. Like, the Lord had his hand over that moment.
Lord.
I will never...
The Lord had his hand on the moment my dog died. Don't say the Lord had his hand on moments and then followed up with violence. Did the Lord have his hand on this moment here? Did he have his hand on this moment? This guy's like, boom! The Lord told me to do that.
Be able to forget what I saw when I ran up on him.
You don't care about dogs, so spare me.
His skull was completely crushed in.
So it sounds like he was dead already, so why'd you shoot him?
And there was brain matter on the road. His eye was popped out of its socket.
He wasn't quite dead.
Wow, thanks for telling us all that stuff. So his brain was crushed and his eye was out of socket, but he wasn't quite dead.
He was still moving.
Yeah.
He was not there. Like, I don't think he realized what was happening, but he was still moving.
His brain was squished. He was dead.
And he was still feeling things. Like, he was still in pain. And there's no...
Anyway.
The intact side of his face, like he's blinking and looking, but he was like, man, it's bad. There's no, he was hit hard, and there's nothing.
See, the thing is, like, a lot of people, and even I have said this, is like, maybe they should take him to the vet, but it sounded like, honestly, the dog was gone, right? But what I would have done at this point anyway, would not go into your house, grab your gun, and then come out and shoot in the street. Take this small dog, bring it to your backyard, do something. What if there was kids watching? What if the bullet bounced and hit somebody? Like, I don't know a lot about firearms, but I know that bullets bounce. If you're doing point blank range, bullet, there's a truck there, somebody just hit your truck. Like, it's just unsafe, right? But you guys clearly don't care about your pets. And we've seen that now. Like, we're seeing this now in hindsight, knowing that she, like, rehomed a dog and lied about it all. Like, these people don't give a crap about their pets.
And that anybody's gonna be able to do. He told me that his brain matter was on the concrete, as well as quite a bit of blood. And he said, "Hey, do you have your gun, or do you need me to get mine?" And I said, "No, I have mine." And he goes, "It's going to be the best thing to do." And I agree. For the animal lovers,
Of course you agree you want to shoot something.
out there, it makes no sense.
To let your dog suffer.
Yeah, it is someone. I would challenge anyone who says that we didn't make the right decision. Do you really love animals? Because when an animal is writhing in pain and has had such a traumatic injury, such as...
We got to be there with him, guys. Because the alternative was to take the dog to a vet, put it down real quick, but that's probably 30, 40 minutes of pain. I got to agree with this. I'm just saying the safety of it all is crazy to me. Okay? It's crazy. And the fact that the pod screens are amazing with this. But the fact that these people are going to absolutely capitalize on this and monetize a video talking about it is crazy to me too. Don't forget that that's what they're doing here. She knows a lot of people are going to watch this, are going to hate watch it, and she's going to collect money on it. Talking in gross, gory detail about her dog's eyeballs hanging out. Okay? And they're making money on it. So don't forget everything that, like, these influencers and family vloggers and everybody else, the grift is everything. They killed this dog because it needed to be put out of its misery. Fine. Don't talk about it. Don't grift off it. Don't make money on it. That's simple. Right? Or maybe say all the proceeds of this video go to the SPCA. Something like that. I don't know. right? But nothing is off limits for these types of people. Nothing. They will make money, and to her, in her mind, she's like already thinking when this dog was dying, this is content. Surprised she didn't pull a camera out and show it. Maybe they did, but they just didn't have the heart to show it. But everything to these people is content, especially if they have kids. Kids get hurt, content. Dog gets killed, content. But when they don't want you to see the secret stuff behind the scenes, that's never going to be content. And that should be what sets you off. That's one of the things, that's why we talk about this. Because it's the real stuff you don't see that's the dangerous stuff. 8 Passengers, perfect example of this, okay? The divorces that are going on, Garza Crew and all this stuff. Apparently asking her daughters about the divorce and like bringing her into this, like it's craziness. Everything is content to them. So the things that aren't content to them are the worst things humans can do to other people and dogs and animals. That's why she keeps that stuff hidden. And then they're going to come out in another video like this, sitting down on the same couch with the same ugly eyelashes, and they're going to sit here and talk about how they safely rehomed this dog. They didn't know, it wasn't a responsibility, but that's not true. Don't listen to them. They are liars. We've in this span of 10 minutes already, we've called out every single lie, and everything that they said has been a lie. And I'm going to say, except for this thing where the dog needed to be put out of his misery. I will give him that. Could have been done safer, though.
Brodies, it's more inhumane to let them suffer.
There was no saving him.
No.
There was no saving him. And
We got that. You didn't have to keep saying it.
to the person that hit him, that was the hardest part for me, was to forgive them.
They didn't
because
stop.
They didn't stop. They
Yeah.
were probably going 40 miles an hour around that turn.
Yeah.
His
You didn't forgive them.
head was crushed. They knew they.
If you did, you wouldn't be talking about this like this. Like, this is the Christians too that do this. I forgive you. They don't forgive you. Okay. Christian forgiveness is some of the hardest shit to find in the world. I'll give you that. Okay. It's like, what's that stuff? Unobtainium from Avatar. It's like, that's what it is. Christian forgiveness is very hard to find, and especially in a church. Guys, man, I need to do a video on that. Christian forgiveness, and especially at the leadership levels of churches, like none. It's hard to find.
They had to have felt that.
Yeah, they probably knew, which was really hard for us to understand. Even accidents can happen, but stop and see what you can do to help. And
It sounds like you're gone for 20 minutes. Maybe they did stop.
it had just happened when we pulled up.
How do you know?
Let's clear the air. Britt shared the story about that, and
Yeah. So why did you share the story about it? Why didn't you just, like, this has been a very detrimental part of the channel. Why share? Like the frickin' Philippines. Remember the kid was sticking his hand in the food bowl, the dog bit him on the cheek, right? Which is, don't do that. Obviously, you want a dog, you want to train them out of that. That dog did not need to be put down though. And that destroyed their entire channel. They were making millions of dollars. Okay, millions. Destroyed them. Because that was not the dog's fault. Nico, not his fault. He was a puppy that was a little bit excitable and wasn't vibing with your personality. Is your personality a dry saltine cracker? What is, like, it's a puppy. Who doesn't like puppies, asshole? So, like, get wrecked. And everything that they say and all the lies that they say, these people are disgusting. I hope that your pastor sees this. Probably likely like you.
didn't necessarily share all of the details, but assumptions were made. And
Yeah. Well, why did you share any details? Because everything is content to these butt cracks. Everything. Nothing's off limits, except for the things they don't want you to see. So she thought she'd be like, I'm crying and I need to put on camera because I need likes and comments about we're so sorry for your loss. That's what she did it. She was looking for accolades. She was looking for love because she's a freaking narcissist. And nothing is not content. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, my dog just died. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Okay? When I put Xena down, like, our whole house was bawling their eyes out. We had a guy come to our house and I don't want to talk about it, okay? That's like the worst thing. The last thing I want to do is be posting content about my emotions about my dog. That's my emotions. That's my personal time with my family. These people, they want to share it with strangers. What for? To what end? To get paid and to get likes and comments. That's what they deal in. That's all of their life. That is why we are where we are. That's why society is literally cancerous, toxic disgustingness. Influencer culture is balls because it promotes this type of behavior.
I'm here to clear the air. Yes, my dog was on the verge of death and suffering, and I took my own gun to put
As long as it's your own gun.
him out of his misery because there was nothing to do to save his life.
Yeah.
And I did not want him to suffer for even 1 second longer. So yes, I did. There was subsequently an article written on Yahoo News, which I have no idea why this is news.
Because you guys are influencers and you're grifters and nobody likes you. And so and you were sued by the state of Texas, you are a cop who hurt somebody because you did this. This is why it's news. Because you've already been sued and you're already this person. So people are like going to call attention to it because you deserve it. Because you're gross.
No, but there's so much better things to be talking about in this world than
Is there? Like your Cheeto hands?
Influencer's husband.
Yeah, influencer's husband shoots dog.
Influencer's husband who brutally attacked somebody in 2013 shoots dog in street with gun. That's why.
I completely agree. How is that news?
It's not news.
Well, clearly it was. They got clicks. That's the news's job, to get clicks. They're covering stories. You might not think it's newsworthy, but the people who hate you and the people who follow you and your snarkers and everybody, they should know who you are because you're sitting here on these channels, on these Instagrams, posting something that's unobtainable for people. You're fake, you're gross, and you're liars. And you grift on being truth tellers. That's the problem. You're leading people down a dark, scary path of terrible hermeneutics, terrible theology, heretical theology, and you need to be called out for it because that's actually dangerous if you believe in this world of faith. Okay? Now, for people who don't, it doesn't matter to you. You don't believe it. But for those who do, this is dark. And here's the thing. People who follow Christian grifters don't even realize this, and it's crazy. Maybe I should do a video on this. You are idolizing somebody, and that is a sin. You realize that? When you go to a church because you like the pastor's message or you like the worship leader's style or whatever, you're worshiping styles and people. Do you not get it? Do you not understand it? That's the problem with church. That's the problem with grifters. There is so much idol worship in so many ways and nobody sees it. And this is the outcome of that culture. People who find a way to grift and make money on it. There's so many pastors out there right now who are millionaires, flying in private jets, living in huge mansions with net worths in tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. You think that's what God wanted for you? When you could literally probably solve hunger and housing issues for millions of people with your wealth, and you don't do any of it? Is that what you think God wanted you to do with your money? Okay. Now, I'm saying that as a person who left the church. And I understand that. But if you're a leader of a church and you're not doing any of those things, then you are not. You are a heretical dumpster fire and you need to stop and you need to wake up.
It's drama, it's gossip, and they're twisting and completely manipulating a story that honestly, like, people have asked, we don't see your dogs anymore. My animals are none of your business.
Excuse me? You made a damn Instagram for Nico. What do you mean they're none of your business? You put them in your videos. You're talking about it now. You made an Instagram post when you shot the dog in the street. What do you mean it's none of your business? Then why are you talking about it? Are you crazy? Like, I hate influencers when they do this. They share something. We react because we don't like it. It's none of your business, they say. Then why did you post it, you absolute...
My horses, you see them, great. If I decide to post them, great.
They're not your business unless I post them. Then it's our business? So then you posted it, so it's our business now? Is that cool? Do you not see... I want to, like...
now keep our dogs so private because the internet...
because we're giving them away or rehoming them on Craigslist. That's why we keep them private. Because the internet is going to find out because they hate you for good reason. When you are a person that is super hated, people will dig and dig and dig and dig. This is the way it works. They want to find something on you. They do. Right? People, even my haters will dig and go for it. Dig away. I only have a speeding ticket. And they'll lie about you. I understand that. But they'll dig and dig and dig and find. And what we found, and all of it is truth. It's not lies. You being sued by the state text, that's not a lie. We have the friggin' thing. There's receipts. Him saying that he didn't hurt this guy, we can see with our eyes, that's a receipt. We can see your lies. You're being called out. People are going to dig this up and find it because you're a grifter, right? And people hate injustice. And so what people do to fight injustice, especially in the social media world, is they call you out on your fakery. And you deserve it. You make money in this world. You think it's just... Again, they all want their cake and eat it too. That's what pisses me off.
Has completely destroyed any chance of me ever sharing them online again. Those are our babies.
Oh no! Shut up.
We aren't parents yet.
It's like she's punishing her fans. Like, all those haters, now you can't see my dogs. So go after my haters. Shut up.
We are going to be parents.
This is such Christian behavior, by the way.
Well,
So much grace and understanding. Eyelashes, and it's just like, you guys are oozing grace and all the things Jesus was. You just ooze it in this video. Nothing you've shown me so far, especially in this video after praying to Jesus, exhibits Jesus in any way whatsoever. All of this is deflection, lies, and then getting angry, and then punishment. None of this ever comes close to anything graceful or with humility at all, because she has no humility. She has none. She's a cocky bastard.
we are to a baby in heaven. Those dogs are our children.
Oh, so then why did you rehome them on Craigslist? That's interesting. How about Nico? Is he your children? Yeah. See, again, we're seeing this after this drop. She didn't expect the Nico story to drop, but Nico was found in a damn, dumpster or like a car lot eating nothing, who's starved. That's where he was found. Was he your family?
And I spend more time with our dogs during the day than anyone else because they're here with me.
Wow, then anyone, like, what do you mean anyone else? He has a job and you live at home taking pictures of your ass. Of course you hang out with your dog more. What kind of statement is that?
When I work, and the internet has completely lost that privilege and that right.
Oh, you're such an idiot.
I want to challenge anyone listening to this, like, you have rights to keep things private. You do not have to share everything.
Let it sit. I'm going to let it simmer for a bit. Bring it on in here, Brittany. You also have the right not to share everything. And this whole thing exploded because of what you shared. Do you see? You getting it now? I don't know if it's sitting in your Cheeto face. You getting it? Yeah? Lay off the frickin' shrooms, dumbass.
And that's what I've learned, especially through that, because the media is disgusting. That you can't trust the media.
You make money on media.
You can't trust journalists. I
mean, to a degree, she's right. But with this story, they were right.
have that right as a human being to keep that private and sacred.
So keep it private and sacred. But you did. Here's the thing, Brittany. You didn't keep it private and sacred. You shared it on Instagram. What are you saying right now? Like, she's acting like she kept the secret and someone found out about it. No, you told the world. So she's sitting here telling you, you guys have no right to this. And this is what she posted on the internet. My heart is shattered. My dog died in a hit and run. So you're sitting there sharing this story. And you're like, how dare you guys talk about my story that I shared?
And truth be told, it makes me question if I even want to post our kids online.
Oh, please don't. No, please question it. Please don't. Yeah, no, don't. And again, the fact that she's questioning it and she's trying to punish you guys with like, maybe I'm not going to post. Don't. Yeah, you shouldn't, because you are targets, and you should not post your kids, because you will continue to be targets, and then your kids will be. Do not post your kids. That's the only sane thing she said in this entire video. But she's just saying that to be like, she wants to mobilize her followers to go after the haters. That's it. She's not saying this to be real, because she will show her kids. She will absolutely exploit children. That's like a no-brainer.
One day, because I've seen what the media can do, and they completely manipulate and make every single situation disgusting.
No, they just said what you did, and you just admitted to it. So, did they lie?
The people showing up at my house that...
Like, let's look at the article. An influencer from Texas facing backlash on this week after she posted her YouTube and Instagram accounts at her dog's recent passing. In the video, Britney Dawn explained that she and her husband Jordan left the house for a brief time and returned for the dog. Dawn, who said she was a veterinary technician for 5 years, said that as they got closer to the dog, she realized the dog was not standing or moving. I wish she could unsee, blah, blah, blah. Dawn said Brody was still breathing when they arrived at the scene. Her husband rushed to the inside of the house. She knew it was about to happen. All I heard was this truck rev its engine so loud, and I know that's when the gunshot went off. Poor Jordan had to do that for Brody, blah, blah, blah. According to website Eric Torberson, an attorney out of Texas, it's only legal for someone to kill a dog while or after it has been injured or killed livestock in the person's land or while damaging crops, blah, blah, blah. The animal service director for Plano, Texas said the law is null if the dog is shot by its owner. He said the way the law is written gives pet owners the right to do. Okay, fine. In Dawn's follow-up post where she shows the memorial laid for her dog, one commenter brings up the issue of the shooting. A supporter of Dawn responded by saying it's not the time or the place. So again, this article is basically, the article's not lying. They're telling exactly what you are saying with your words right here. What's the difference? You wanted to be the gatekeeper of who told the story? You wanted this life, and you got it.
It never stopped. It's never stopped. People showing up, taking pictures.
This is before the Texas lawsuit too.
We have more cameras on this house. Y'all can't see us, but we can see you.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Like, why would you go to this guy's house knowing he's a violent criminal? Like, don't go to their house. He's going to shoot you. They live in Texas. Don't be so stupid. Don't go real world. Especially the guy who wants to shoot a hater, probably. This guy wants someone to break his house so he can shoot them in the head. That's what he wants.
And I'm grateful for a husband that's a protector and knows how to do all of that stuff.
See, this is them threatening people. Like, this is all Jesus, right? Jesus would say all these things.
It's just...
I'm grateful my husband has tons of guns to shoot people with. Jesus told us to say these things.
It's astonishing to me, once again, the audacity that these people have to just come as they please.
It's not like they're coming into your house. They're allowed to walk by and take a picture. You're an influencer. You don't have a right to privacy anymore. Like, I understand that. Like, people like me who are on the internet, I don't want people coming to my house either. I understand that, but I can't stop you. Don't come on my property, but you can definitely drive by the house if you want, right? And I understand that. It's like the audacity of these people, but you chose this life. And unfortunately, you're a grifter who stole from people and you're disgusting. And so you have a lot of haters, and rightfully so, you have a lot of haters. You should have a lot of haters because you are disgusting, okay? But let me tell the people who are out there and haters, just don't ever go real world. It's never going to end well. And even most people who try to go real world on these snark threads, they get called out big time. Okay? It's one thing to snark. It's another thing to go to someone's house. But as an influencer, but as a person who makes his money online and as a media personality, I understand that. I'm going to get recognized and people might want to drive by my house or take a picture of my house. I understand that. It's just par for the course. And I chose this path, right? Can't complain about it.
Park in front of our home, make me feel unsafe. Yeah. In April, it was April of 2022.
One day event.
Our very first one-day event for Sheila's Free, and we had put so much work and effort and hours and just blood, sweat, tears into this. It was the most incredible 12 hours. It started...
Wait, was Brittany the one... Hold on. Was she also the one who grifted from the homeless guy? Like, what are all her frickin' scandals? Yeah, she's the one who did this. Just a reminder, she helped raise $25,000 for a homeless man and allegedly kept it all. I forgot about that. She did that too. Like, oh my gosh, the things that this woman has done. She wonders why she's hated. Let's be real. This is it. The cover. Let's do it. TikTok post reveals details on Britney Dawn's controversial homeless man. And one thing to invoke religion or to spread hateful messages to others, but it's another to use your faith as a cover to scam people out of money, which is what she's done her whole career. Unfortunately, that's alleged controversy with the influencer Britney Dawn. Throughout her online career, she's been subject to controversy, which was caught reportedly stealing money from others, which got sued for and lost. Even after highly publicly rebranding, she's still exposed for alleged fraudulent behavior. In recent news, her past actions continue to haunt her. A recent TikTok reveals some salacious details about a supposed scam that Britney Dawn conducted while apparently trying to help a homeless man. Found a new lease on life. Keep reading for all the details. Here it is. A homeless man walked into our church last Sunday to tithe 15 cents. Little did he know that what God would do for him next. We took him to get a haircut, new clothes, food, a new Bible, and he has become part of our family, and God is ministering to us daily. We have raised over $20,000. James, you could say, was helped. Again, nothing's off limits. Even helping someone in the name of Jesus, which you shouldn't talk about, she made money on. Tried to go viral with it, did go viral with it for all the wrong reasons, by the way. But tried to do this, and then watch happen. But he helped save our life.
Britney Dawn snark talk here. The whole story starts like this. She claims this man walked into her Christian church and tried to donate his last pennies.
Which is so stupid because that's like a biblical story about a woman who donated her last 2 cents, and then the guy who donated more during tithing was like, well, she's only giving this much. And Jesus is like, I tell you now, she gave more than you'll ever be able to give because she gave everything, right? It's obviously a very powerful story, but that's what that's probably why this is fake.
For the collection plate on Sunday, and that touched her Jesus
probably all made up
heart, and her husband decided to then take him to go get a shower, get his hair cut, buy him new clothes in this somewhat creepy Pretty Woman-ish clothing haul montage where she talks down to him like he's a child of some kind. Whatever.
Listen to this.
Like, nice thing to do. This seems nice. Like, she's not a great person, but like that act of helping out someone who's going through a tough time, nice. Until it gets crazy. Brittany and her husband set up a GoFundMe account claiming that they're going to help this man get drug and alcohol rehabilitation at an inpatient facility in, I believe, Ohio. She raises $25,000. Like, yay, amazing. People have been touched by this story. Like, what a beautiful display of Christ's love and, Jesus-like empathy and
In Lululemons.
compassion for a person who's currently suffering. Well, the facility they end up sending him to is a free, pro bono, state-run, crazy
Those
Christian
bastards.
rehab facility where there's not really doctors. There's people making you do
Probably praying over you instead.
labor as a way to try to get you through the withdrawals of alcohol, opioids, whatever it is you're currently going through. And people have died, people have lodged complaints. It's a whole thing. But lo and behold, all that's to say, this is a free facility. It doesn't cost anything. At most, Brittany and her husband spent a couple $100 on maybe flights and a hotel for the night for this guy while transporting him to this facility.
And they probably flew too, and had probably vacation while they were there.
$25,000 in a GoFundMe. When James, this man, got out of rehab, he heard that there was money set up for him. He tried to contact Brittany and her husband to get this money, and they blocked him, and he has never heard from them again. A couple months later, Brittany and her husband booked expensive wedding venues and threw a lavish yet deeply tacky wedding. People are just, putting two and two together and realizing that money they raised for a homeless man most likely went towards paying for her wedding.
So, spare me. Look at them sitting here. This guy violently smashed someone's head against the ground. Then killed their dog in the middle of the street dangerously, okay? Killing the dog is one thing, but doing it dangerously is another thing. She grifted and ripped off people in her little Lululemon ass frickin' grift, okay? Then she got sued by the state of Texas. Then she did this, in the name of Jesus, stole money from a homeless man. You can't make it up. How is this person still on the internet with fans? That is 14 times the amount of cancellations you need to be canceled. And just goes to show, you can only be canceled if you let them cancel you.
We pull up. I've got me and my girlfriend. They took it upon themselves to go bandwagon mentality and just throw hate in my reviews.
Shut up.
To cyber harass or cyberbully.
Anyway, I don't even want to talk. They're just going to lie the rest of the time, and maybe we'll cover that another time. But there you go, everybody. That's the Britney Dawn grifterati. She's disgusting. And I have lots of words, actually. She should not be able to continue to be on this platform. She should be banned from all platforms. One, for stealing from a homeless guy in the name of Jesus. You honestly think you're not going to be judged for that, Brittany? What happened to the church? Like, maybe I should do a whole video just on that whole scandal. I need to reach out to the pastor of the church. I think this guy has even spoken out a bunch of times. I don't really want to dredge it up if he doesn't want to dredge it up, but my platform's here. If anybody knows a lot more about this story, maybe we just need to cover that from fresh. Because I know it's been covered a lot, but I'll cover it again. All these things need to keep coming to the forefront because she keeps making money on social media. She keeps doing this, and people forget. We have short memories. That's the way it is. That's why I like to cover even these old scandals, because they're important, because people forget. And she still grifts on the internet like a total trash bag. But this time you kept hurting dogs. But this time you abandoned a dog. And you just don't do it. Okay? And you deserve everything coming your way. Everything. You dumb, batshit, crazy couple. You guys are nuts. How dare you grift off the Lord and lie right after praying to the Lord? How dare you? You wonder why people have zero trust in the church and Christians? Because of people like you. You will be severely judged for what you have done and said, and all the lies that we can call out instantly just by looking. Why do you continue to lie when the proof is right in front of your face? Have a little humility. You love Jesus, you say you do. Then you need to have some humility. You need to take an arrow in the knee, and you need to say, look, all these things I've done wrong, and I am repentant of these things, and I am taking responsibility for these things in order to have a clear conscience and to be forgiven for my sins. It's really hard to be forgiven for your sins when you don't think that you've sinned. Okay? Have you asked forgiveness for all these things? And if so, then why are you still going internet and blaming everybody else? You are gross. Do not listen to Britney Dawn, lest she lead you down a dark and disgusting, sinful, satanic path. You understand? It is heretical. At the very least. Don't follow her anymore. Cool? All right, take a deep breath, everybody. So we got into theology a little bit there, but that's what I'm good at. That's where I live. That's the world I grew up in, and I see right through these assholes. And they all deserve to be called out. Okay? This is where we are right now. The church is dying because of butt cracks like this with fake eyelashes and wearing bras and Lululemons, shooting dogs and abandoning dogs and stealing from homeless people in the name of Jesus. That's where we are. That's where the church is. The scandals that have plagued her, and she's like, why do people hate me? What did I do? The news, it's journalists' fault. Imagine doing all these things, claiming to be a Christian, and then just blaming journalists. Take a little responsibility. You take a little responsibility too for being awesome, because you know you are, okay? Someone definitely has a crush on you. Play some mini golf, have some fun, get out there and do something nice, okay? Spring is here, we're laughing, we're living it up, we're snarking, it's a good time. And I will see you when I see you.